Our journey begins here in Ensanche Paraiso, a beautiful upper class neighborhood filled with modern, tall apartment buildings. What I thought would be your normal virtual tour of a high end sector in the city turned out to be a little bit more interesting when I discovered that Ensanche Paraiso is not all paradise as its name would suggest. What if I told you that behind the facade of these beautiful high end buildings lies a very poor, marginalized neighborhood? That's right, you guys. This is Ensanche Paraíso, one of the most fancy and elite neighborhoods in all of Santo Domingo. And of course, it has to be, it's right next to Piantini. But did you know that right in the middle of this very fancy neighborhood lies a very poor one? Oh, yes, it's called Barrio Los Platanitos, and it's a very tiny community dead in the middle of this very, very opulent part of town. I decided I wanted to see this place for myself, and of course, I'm taking it with me, so come along. For those of you who don't know, Ensanche Paraíso is a sector that's very similar to Piantini. They're actually one right next to the other. Ensanche Paraíso is a lot more residential as it has a lot more apartment buildings, whereas Piantini is a mix of restaurants and businesses and also apartment buildings. Now, I know someone in the comments is bound to mention just what an eyesore these electricity and utility cables are in the street. But hey, let me just tell you, this is something that we as Dominicans gotta deal with, even in the best of sectors. There are a few sectors in the more tourist areas like Punta Cana and whatnot that did plan for these cables to go underground. But these sectors, since they're a little bit older, I'm guessing the urban planners didn't plan for the cables to go underground. And I believe there are some projects, such as in the colonial zone, where they have put the cables underground. And I know they began in the colonial zone because it is a more touristy area, a more well-known area of Santo Domingo. But I am hoping and I am crossing my fingers that someday this type of project will expand and reach other parts of town and make Santo Domingo even more of a beautiful city. I found this really cute burger place called Bogey Burger right here in the corner, and it looks really nice. I really want to visit it. So let me know if it's something that you're interested in me making videos of different, food places that I go to. If that's something that you would like, then just let me know in the comments and I'll most likely make a video out of it. Alright, so our journey took us to the end of this street, and right as we turn, we're gonna start to enter Sector Los Platanitos, or Barrio Los Platanitos rather. You can tell right at the end of the street, you go right directly into the barrio. There's a different panorama altogether immediately. Since I was in my car, I didn't have a place to park it and I didn't walk around the different alleyways of this barrio, but you can still get a feel of what this barrio is like and how it stands in stark contrast to Ensanche Paraiso. Also, let's take a moment to appreciate this person who randomly started twerking all of a sudden. Made me giggle. So I suspect this to my right is one of the main alleyways that gets you into the little nooks and crannies, shall we say, of the barrio. And when you go inside, you can tell that there is that water hole that I talked about with served waters. And there have even been news reportings about this and how when it rains, it floods most of the houses in the area. So there are a few projects underway to make this better, to make life better for these people here, but still none have gone through. So we kept going straight on the same street and we ended up in Kennedy Avenue, which just goes to show us what an urban and centered location this barrio actually has. You can actually even see the little alleyways of the barrio from the avenue itself. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this 2-in-1 tour of Ensanche Paraíso and Barrio Los Platanitos, and I hope that you also consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. This is me signing out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.